Hello Cancer, and welcome to your June reading. So, I've pre-laid the cards like usual, and so what I got in the underlying energy. First card, Seven of Swords. There you go, Seven of Swords. Then I got the Nine of Pentacles. And those two came together, the Moon and the High Priestess. Here we go. So, this can be the past or the underlying energy. So what we have with the Seven of Swords, this is like, yes, being screwed, having our weapons stolen in the middle of the night. As soon as we're talking about the night, we can talk about our unconscious. Maybe a way in the unconscious that your swords are being removed, your capacity to fight, where you feel defenseless, where you can feel disempowered by the world around you. And that is happening in the night. That means that maybe that it is happening within yourself from your unconscious, or it can be happening around you from people around you. But after that, I have the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Pentacle here, and the Nine of Pentacle in the middle between the Seven of Swords and the Moon and the High Priestess. We're talking about your solidity. This is the solidity of what we have built until now, what we can, our reality of our five senses, how we have built it, and where we are standing very solid and independent. And the Moon and the High Priestess, this is a quest, because they're both, the High Priestess rules the Moon. And she's asking us to go in silence, to listen to what our higher self or our soul is telling us. And here with the Moon is that rite of passage between those two pillars, to be able to be transformed, to be able to face our unconscious animalistic side here. Are we going to listen to the wolf? Or are we going to listen to the dog, which is the tamed animalistic side? Which part of us are we going to let guide us to cross that Moon, to have the illumination that is behind the Moon? So it's going into those waters, a bit like Gemini is going to do in June. This is on your underlying energy. And probably for you also, you were influenced by the Scorpio Moon. That brought that. Because Scorpio, it's that underwater. And the full moon, it's the culmination, shedding the light on everything that is hidden. Everything that needs to be transformed also. Because Scorpio is the death card. And for you, what is happening in the now, after this, we have the Tower. So it is restructuring, removing what does not serve you. And I think it's that crumbling of this energy. After going inside there, with your High Priestess and your Moon quest there, what happened was the Tower. The Tower, it's a lightning by the divine. It can be understanding. You know, when we have this input, this divine input, when you go within, when you meditate, when you're on a path, you will get these lightnings where all of a sudden, you understand. The Tower can be that. It will crumble things that were not serving you, that you saw that you were manifesting in your reality that you have built up, and it is for your own good, it is going to make that crumble with that understanding. After that, it's putting you, here we have the 10 of Cups, and we have the 2 of Wands. So that understanding that you have, that shake-up that you will have by going within, that maybe the full moon brought to you, that Scorpio full moon, it's gonna culminate a path in your emotions here. It's the culmination of that, and it's gonna bring you into a new crossroad, not a crossroad, not a crossword. And so that's the Lord of domination, in the sense of he dominates his land. He's looking upon his land. He's got one wand stuck to the ground and another one that is out there to the world. Comfort zone, out of our comfort zone, going within new things. So we're in that decision here, and closing up a cycle of emotions here, a 10. Bringing you to a point of, now what do I do? That's in the middle. After that, I have Justice and the 5 of Wands. So Justice, there again, see, you have two balancing, in the sense of this one will remove what is no longer needed, what was hindering you for your own growth, to your fulfillment, to your true happiness. And this one is balancing the karma, bringing balance again with that understanding, that lightning that you had, bringing the understanding on the conflicts here. These could have been inner conflicts or outer conflicts with people that, see, that were there, maybe removing, making you powerless, or your own inner conflicts that were making you powerless, but you went within. You had this shake-up of understanding there, what was happening, finishing a cycle of maybe, because 10 of Cups is the finish of a cycle, doesn't mean it was a happy cycle. It culminated to the maximum you could go on that level. And now on the next level, when it's going to culminate, you're going to be at a much higher state of happiness, because this is how from one cycle to another it does culminate to the maximum you could be happy by having that energy in you, which probably wasn't so great. And so there, Justice, so you have the Tower, the Justice, finishing that cycle. You went all the way you could go with that, and now you're at a cross point in June, choosing to remain exactly as you are, or to go out of your comfort zone with that new understanding. I'm saying this because in the future, there you have another culmination with the 10 of Wands. Culmination of your passion, your actions, what you take on your shoulders, the responsibilities you take, the things you want to bring forward, you know, all of that. That's why it's bringing it to the culmination of that. And here we have the Empress. So since, you know, like with the High Priestess, the Moon, it's very much your feminine side. So it's the side that receives, it's the side that senses if something is good for you or if not. So it is your feminine side. And on that too, maybe your feminine side was taking too much, maybe in the sense of trying to make everybody happy, thinking that you would be happy in there, but you end up feeling powerless because you're just like um, outside of yourself, and nothing comes for you for your own fulfillment, there's that balance of that. You have an understanding on what, and that is going to be different for all of you, what in a way was tricking you and making you lose your capacity to fight and to move forward, putting you in hard situations to live, of conflict and things like that. Two culminations, two cycles that finishes. After that, I have the King of Cups. That's you, your masculine side. Now all of this brings a solidity, an understanding. Now you are mastering the way you will go upon the world, masculine side. It is under your Two of Wands here, and with a brand new way. See, after the 10, now we have the 1 going on, the universe giving you a brand new way of going on in life, of your fire, of your willpower, of your actions. It's a new passion. It's that brand new thing coming in after you've cleared that and rebalanced. And here under the deck I had the Knight of Wands. So it's either that this is going to happen very fast, or that once you get that wand, once you grab it, you're gonna run with it. Let's clarify some cards here. I call upon Spirit, I call upon the light. Help me clarify this reading for Cancer, June. I call upon my guides. Help me clarify this reading for Cancer for June. Now, time being fluid, this you could have already lived, or you are going to live. Maybe you are still here inside of you. It's different for everybody. So show me the 7 of Swords for Cancer. How were they being cheated or cheating themselves, bringing them powerless? On what level for Cancer? On what level was that? Okay. On what level? It was on your emotional level. It could have been because this is inner peace also. It's emotion that, like an ace, brought from the divine, that spark of pure emotions. But you can only receive it when your cup is intact, when it's not broken. So then you can receive the water. Here I have the 10 of Pentacles. That's the third 10 here. So see, it can be in your interaction with your family, maybe responsibilities or whatever from or expectations from parents or whatever, and that you feel that you weren't enough, or it's on not being able to build that solidity. And here also on your outlook in life, because this is how where it was affecting you, on the way that you projected yourself in the future of what you were expecting from life. You were screwing yourself a bit on your self-love, of your capacity to receive love, even from the divine. And here on your family solidity, this is the most solid card there is. It's in the kingdom, it's in what we live and we feel, we see, we touch, it's our reality. And it can also mean that this was disharmony inside of you, this resonance inside of you, could have been a family pattern, could have been something that you were taught, that maybe you're not enough. Sometimes we hear that, sometimes from our parents, sometimes from a bad teacher or whatever, or something that randoms you powerless from your unconscious that was given from your family. It can be that also. But that affects how you feel about yourself, your capacity to receive love, and how you look to the future and how you project yourself to the future, what you expect from life and from the universe. This is the areas it was affecting you. Show me the Tower. Talk to me about the Tower for Cancer. Show me the Tower, Spirit. Here we have another knight. So this is that knight, and see, we have the Seven of Swords under there too. So that Tower did bring down that energy, and it brought it down. This is the sword of truth, the sword of understanding. Okay, like when we understand, like when I told you this lightning can be like a lightning of understanding, and this is the action we take with it. Knight of Swords. It could have also come through a communication that shook you and made you see like, oh my God, and then you see completely clearly the picture that is happening, very directly and not tactfully, but bang, the truth gets in. But it is, we are talking about the Seven of Swords. Talk to me about justice. Talk to me about justice. Whoa, that's a bit too much. Talk to me about justice. The Moon. So they're repeating the Moon there. The justice is happening in your unconscious there. Balancing. Maybe maybe before you weren't listening to the right one. Maybe you were howling at the moon, letting your unconscious emotions affect you and dictate. And this is it can be a very efficient unconscious belief, emotion. A belief is like a thought backed up with the emotion that goes with it. So if we think that people screw us and we've lived it and felt it, it becomes a belief. So, and it can go in the unconscious, because logically nobody wants to create their life with that belief. And we create our life on our beliefs, not what we want, but what we believe. So this is a cleanup of that. And the justice and that inner conflict, and not 5 there. Okay, it's a disruption. Because between what you believe and what you want, it's probably not the same thing if you had that 7 of Swords there. So here the justice is happening here. It's the balancing of that. Maybe you finished that karma because you have so many 10s. And it could have been a karma that's been dragging from one generation to another, you know? Yeah. Okay. Show me the Empress. Show me the Empress for Cancer. Yes. See, she is dropping, finishing that cycle because she is leaving her old emotional baggage behind. You were probably carrying that old emotional baggage from past experiences, but they were unconsciously under the moon dictating, when you didn't let them go, they were dictating how you were seeing yourself in the future, what you were expecting from life. You know, if you have lived that in the past, or sometimes even if we didn't have lived it, but our grandmother lived it, or our mother, or whatever, from that generational way of thinking, it was in our emotional baggage. So because you're leaving this, you're able to finish that cycle of how you go about with your passion, with your willpower, what you actually create, and become the Empress, mastering this. King of Cups. King of Cups for Cancer. King of Cups. King of Cups. And with it, the Eight of Wands came. So that King of Cups is gonna take that Ace of Wands there, and so that's really your solidity. You're gonna become solid emotionally. He's not afraid anymore, and he knows how he feels. He's standing on a concrete slab of stone or cement that goes all the way to the bottom of the sea there. It is solid. It's not like wavering there. It is solid. And here with the Eight of Wands, well, that's going to be your actions that you are going to go with it. You're going to act in life differently and be received differently. Receive different, you know, and when we change, and when we transform like that, let go of an old package, it's not part of our karma anymore. So the type of communication we receive, the type of people that are going to come around us, the interactions we're going to have are going to be different. And here I have the Ace of Wands. Show me the Ace of Wands for Cancer. Okay. I have the Seven of Cups. So that new opportunity that is going to come in your life, Two of Pentacles here. Be careful, because that's just a little warning. Be careful that it doesn't put you back in your head and projecting into the possibilities that it can be. You know, because this man is dreaming. So there you go. So imagine the energy. You're receiving this Ace of Wands. And now things open up in front of you. So inside of you, in your head there, in your dreams, you can imagine success. You can imagine castles in Spain. And you can imagine snakes and demons. So that are part of your old emotional baggage. So don't go and pick that up again. When you are going to project yourself in the future, when you receive that new passion there, that can be a relationship, it can be a job, it can be all sorts of things. Don't bring that back. Don't put that in one of the cups that you are going to imagine, because this is projection with an emotional backup. And so it can become anything. And that is how we create in life. So make sure when you get this, that you remain solid, and that what you project is only positive. No negative thing. With the Two of Pentacles here and the Sun. So, okay, that's good. You have good chances. With the Two of Pentacles here, this is Jupiter in Capricorn, you know. You have this abundance of a new energy that Jupiter wants to give you and fulfill you. And at the same time, the restriction of Capricorn ruled by Saturn. So they are very conflicted in energies, and that is why you have that. And the way to do that is to structure like Capricorn wants, structure in your 3D reality this abundance that is coming. So for that you need to be centered, you have to be well-footed, not to have your emotions up and down, starting to dream all sorts of crazy things, you know, and juggling. If you want those boats to be able to come to shore, you need to center yourself. So after this is like a little test at the end. Are you going to be solid when the universe is going to want to bring you a new cycle, therefore new experiences, and see how you are going to be in those new experiences? Remember to center yourself. Center yourself, solidity of yourself. You are here, the Empress Cancer. That means that you feel what is happening on, really. You are creative. You're going to attract things. You're going to attract a new passion here. So be careful about that. Don't bring your old demon back. So Cancer, this is your reading for June. It's going to be shaking, and but balancing and giving you the opportunity to leave an old karma behind you. So that is beautiful. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting. I read all of the comments, and I'm open up again for private readings. Everything's gonna be written down below, and I'm gonna wish you a beautiful month of June. Namaste, and see you in July. Okay, bye bye.